very good morning, good afternoon to all these students. My name is Neeti Negi, Assistant Professor, School of Architecture, Galgotias University. Today's topic for the presentation is urban roads. Moving towards the prerequisites, first point is introduction to town planning. As we already discussed about the town planning, what is the definition of town planning? Basically, town planning is an arrangement of units or components of a town in such a way that it attains the significance of a living organism. So, the term unit or components we will discuss in coming presentation one by one. Then comes to the principles of town planning and what are the basic necessity of a town plan. So the objectives of this presentation is one, classification of urban road system as per Indian Road Congress. Then next is hierarchy of road as as it depends upon the speed and the width of the road. Third is types of street systems. Then fourth is the road types which depends upon the width of the road. The next topic is classification of urban roads. So urban roads are further classified into expressways, arterial streets, subarterial streets, collector streets, and the local streets. If you see this diagram on right hand side, this diagram, this y-axis represents the movement pattern or the speed of the vehicle, whereas this x-axis represents the property axis, which means, and if you see this curve, this curve shows the arterial on the upper side, then this collector and this local streets towards the direct property axis, which means the local streets are those roads which are very near towards your property, towards your locality, whereas the arterial roads are those roads which are at the distance, at a very far distance from your property, and which are further categorized as the expressways, then your major arterial roads and your minor arterial roads, which have their own plus points. For example, arterial roads are those roads which are fully accessible and where high speed vehicles are allowed. Okay. Then moving towards the next slide, we will discuss all these streets in a detailed manner. Expressways are also known as toll roads, or categorized as one of the highest class of roads, which allows high speed vehicular traffic. So these points are some of the characteristics or features of expressways, like for speedy and heavy traffic. In these expressways, pedestrian movements are not allowed. These expressways are the freeways or the roads which connects main markets or important places, and uh, then complete separation of opposite moving traffic by a divider or median means that if you see on this pic, this is your expressway one side, and then there is this median uh, which is covered by the shrubs or the trees, and then this is your opposite lane. So these expressways are always separated by a divider or a median. Then there are some facilities provided at regular intervals. For example, telephone facilities, highway police, then servicing stations, refreshment facilities. These are available at regular intervals. So if we talk about these expressway, uh, might be you guys are aware about this Delhi Noida Direct Flyway, which is also known as a DND Flyway. So this DND Flyway is the India's first expressway, which is 9.2 kilometer as of 2013. Then uh, uh, Mumbai-Pune Expressway is also one of the expressway, one of the India's first six-lane concrete high-speed access control toll expressway, 94.5 kilometers. Then Yamuna Expressway, which is very close to our university, which is 165 kilometer in length as of 2012. Then next classification is arterial streets. So arterial streets are those streets which collect the traffic from the city and transfers it to the expressway or the freeways. So basically these are those streets which usually run along the expressway, serving as the principal network of traffic flow. So the national highways or state highways are comes under this arterial streets, and if we talk about the authority bodies, public works departments are the governing bodies which governs the arterial streets. So the longest national highways in India is NH44, which starts from Srinagar in the north and ends in Kanyakumari in the south. And if we talk about the shortest one is NH47A, and the maximum speed allowed in the arterial streets is 80 kilometer per hour for two-wheeler and 100 kilometers per hour for the four-wheeler. So, and this in the right hand side uh, of the presentation, there is this sectional representation of arterial street. So, if you see, this is your arterial street, one-sided. Then after this arterial street, there will be 1.5 meter boulevard on both the sides, and then there will be your sidewalks which allows pedestrian movement on both of the side of arterial streets, and there will be your sidewalk which can be 1 meter wide and which can be 1.5 meter. It depends upon the usage or the footfall. And in these arterial streets, at regular intervals, there will be some intersections which allows pedestrian to cross or to move from one side to other side. As the name says, collector streets are those streets which collects the traffic from local streets to the arterial streets. Then these local streets are those streets which are situated in your residential block, your commercial block, and industrial areas, in which there are some parking restrictions except for peak hours. So if you see this section on right hand side, this is your median. Then there travel lane, there is a separate lane for two-wheelers. Then there will be this landscaping or the boulevards, and then again the sidewalk. So the section is same as the your arterial or subarterial streets. The only difference is of the road width. If we talk about the previous slide, in subarterial streets, there is a 40-meter right of way. So in collector streets might be there will be the right of way of let's say 30 meters or 24 meters, which it depends on the lanes, as it is two lane or it is four lane. As we can see, this is two lane, so might be the width is less than 40 meters. So these are the collector streets. Local streets are those streets which do not allow or do not carry large volume of traffic, and it gives open access from residents, business, or any other properties, in which pedestrian movements are also allowed. Let's take an example of a housing society in neighborhood. The inner road of the society is known as local streets, in which vehicular movements are allowed. Again, there will be the sidewalks, but there will be no median within the local street, as you can see in this section. See, this is your local street and one lane only, which is 6 meter wide, and there is no median in this lane, and there will be this boulevard and the sidewalks. So these roads are majorly found in your housing societies or in commercial, only to allow access within the society. So in the previous slide, we discussed about the urban roads, the hierarchy of urban roads as per different standards, which depends upon the width of the road or the usage of road. In this slide, uh, or from this slide onwards, we are going to discuss about the urban road patterns worldwide. So let's move towards the next slide. These are some of the this picture demarcates some of the urban road patterns within the worldwide. If you can see, this is your rectangular one. Then this is somehow organic. Then this is your circulation, circular moving pattern. So we will talk in detail about all these road patterns. So first pattern is a rectangular block pattern, which is also known as grid iron pattern. And Chandigarh city and Jaipur city is based on this grid iron pattern in India, and Philadelphia, USA, uh, is also based on design on grid iron pattern. Then next is your radial pattern and circular pattern. So this, as you can see in this image, this New Delhi is based on this pattern, mainly this Connaught Place area. If you see in this image, this is your Rajiv Chowk metro station, this is your Connaught Place, and this is the other uh, streets. Radial and block pattern. So basically in this radial pattern, it increases the importance of civic center or central business area, which is also known as CBD, which comprises of your office areas, your government bodies, your market areas. So in this pattern, the CBD is placed at the center, which is further communicated by all the radial roads, and there will be these built up areas within these radial roads. So one of the example of this kind of pattern is in Germany. The name of the city is Karlsruhe, Germany. Then this pattern is known as the combination of radial and grid, and again CBD will be the focal point at the center, and these are the radial roads. These are the radial roads which connects all the areas to the focal points, and the other areas are planned as grid iron pattern, which we discussed earlier. This, like this grid iron pattern. Then these are this pattern is known as hexagonal pattern, which is formed by joining six sides. It forms hexagon, which comprises, let's say, it can be your residential, it can be your commercial, it can be your industrial, and these six sites are the roads, the arterial roads or the subarterial roads, which serves the purpose of circulation for these areas. So this pattern is known as the minimum travel pattern, which is in which the city or the town is designed in such a way which regulates the circulation in such a way that there will be the minimum travel distance within the city, within the town. These are the basically units or components of a town, which forms a town, which gives a which acts because of these units or components, town act as a living organism. So and this is all about the urban roads, the hierarchy of urban roads, and the patterns, and the patterns we discussed in earlier slides. So let's come. uh, towards the assignment of this presentation of today's assignment. Then first you have to make an assignment on following topics. First is your traffic island, then second is your roundabouts or rotaries, then third is your grade separation, and fourth is your road section as per Indian Road Congress, which we already discussed for subarterial streets. You have to just make a sections for each of the roads we discuss, arterial, subarterial, collector road as per Indian Road Congress. Then second is a very simple assignment, as when we started discussing about the urban types of street systems, we discussed about the gridiron, and I gave you example of gridiron pattern is like Jaipur and Chandigarh. These two cities are designed on gridiron pattern. Then we also discussed some other patterns. So I want you guys to find out at least two cities which are designed on these patterns, radial and block pattern. Means combination of radial and block pattern, then combination of radial and grid pattern, then hexagonal pattern, and then the last one is your minimum travel pattern. I just find out two cities in India or outside the India, doesn't matter. You have to just find two for the same, and then we will discuss about your assignment in the next class. So this is all for today's class. Hope hoping that you guys understand the hierarchy of roads and the type of street system. And if you guys have any issue in this presentation, we can discuss your issues in the next class. So I'm just these are the references you can go through. If you want to study in detail about these topics, you can just go through with the Rangwala book, Town Planning, and other these. You can easily access all these books PDFs from Google. So just download it from there. So okay, then that's it for today's class. We will see you guys soon for the next presentation.